What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Deonte Burden. This is Change Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Want to have a quick midday live stream with you guys in regards to. I know you guys, unless you've been living up under a rock, you've heard all the recent news in regarding Boston suspended Boston Celtics head coach Ime Udoka having a consensual relationship with a female staffer, and he was suspended for the regular season for the 2022-2023 regular basketball season. And, I heard a rainbow of different opinions in regards to how it should have been handled. Pretty sure a lot of people have seen, especially if you're a sports follower, a lot about people agreeing that, hey, he should be suspended. He should be suspended, and he brought this upon himself. You got different groups, even people calling for the man to get fired. They're saying, why? How could you do that to Nia Long and all this, all kind of different stuff. You got people that are giving their opinions on everybody. It's typical stuff when a man down there, everybody want to piss on him and step on him and everything. And again, it's not to get anything off of the brother for what he done, but I don't think he intentionally tried to hurt anybody, himself or his family, with that. But the discussion I do want to have in regards to that, because I've listened to all different now details have not. When I say detail, these are actually the details that everybody, somebody's endorsed and said, hey, this is the facts. There's been a lot of leaked information and tons of opinions about what's going on and interpreted with everything. And probably the biggest thing that's thrown me out for the most part is that you've issued punishment to an individual that was in a consensual relationship at a company. And I'm wondering how the hell only one person got suspended, because correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm having a relationship, it has to be another person involved. And I'm trying to figure out how the hell was one person suspended? How was one person suspended and disciplined, and the other person has been brought out? It's like, okay, we don't want to bring it out because it's a female or whatever. And I think a lot of that's just bullshit, because I'm just trying to, we're in a day and age with the Me Too movement and, women's rights and everything, and justifiably so. I don't think we need to be in the old days where you got to sit here and do this for a raise and do that, to get considered. I feel like everybody should get fair treatment in the workplace, right? Don't get me wrong. But listen, if it was a situation where that Ime Udoka was forcibly doing something, and manipulating somebody, whether hey, holding it over their head that if you don't do this, you're not going to get that. I don't think it would have came out saying it was a consensual relationship, right? And I do think probably you would have probably police getting involved in everything. I know they use an outside investigative firm to investigate the situation, and also give out a certain prescribe a certain punishment. But at the end of the day, if I'm just going in with damn legalities and things like that, let's just go what's fair. If I'm sitting here and I'm part of a relationship with somebody and we both doing the same damn thing, we're supposed to get the same punishment. And that's where you're pretty much losing me right now, okay? Because we got to be fair with everything. And now everything's coming out with this brother, people beating them up and everything like that. Because at the end of the day, if your job says, listen, there is no fraternization, we cannot have no fraternization on this job, I get it. That's fair. You sign up for it. That's how things are. Totally understand that. But it has to be on both sides, okay? But listen, right quick, I just got to run in my mouth from the get-go. Again, I am Deonte Burden. This is Change the Lives, hosted by your truly Deonte Burden. And I'm asking the question, why wasn't she suspended? We're talking about the Ime Udoka, the suspended head coach of the Boston Celtics, being suspended for the regular season, the 2022-2023 NBA basketball season, because it was reported he had a consensual relationship with a female staffer, and he was suspended. And I'm just trying to figure out if it was consensual and it was a relationship, where the hell is she? And what the hell is her punishment? And that's the thing I'm just, I want to get with everybody. Right now we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Again, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. Again, this is Changing Lives. Remember, on Changing Lives, we got over 400 videos on the YouTube channel covering parenting, motivation, relationships, career, all that great information. To give to see all the other videos we have, over 400 videos, go to Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden, on the YouTube channel. You can Google Deonte Burden or Google Changing Lives. You should see the blue man come up. That way you'll be able to see the hub of all the videos. But again, we have the live stream. What we're discussing, should she be suspended too? Guys, listen, you can chime in through the chat, or you can call. I got my call in set up now, y'all. You can call us at 678-961-3176. Again, 678-961-3176. I got the actual number for the call in show scrolling at the bottom. So if you want to give a call, just say what's up. Shout out to your boy Pooch. Feel free to do so. But again, we're discussing, should she be suspended too? And I was looking at the Stephen A. Smith and Malika Andrews interview last week, where they had the tirade going back and forth. And the biggest thing I think she was promoting, that this shouldn't be women shaming. It shouldn't be an issue of, somebody pushing that a female, we shouldn't be trying to, throw a female under the bus. And I agree. But on the flip side of it is too, we're still looking at the old side of it is, well, hell, where's the other party? I think we lose a lot of validity when we start handing out punishments one-sided. Okay, it's easy to sit here and say, well, the coach know better. He shouldn't have did this. He should know better. Okay, I agree. And the other party should too. It doesn't matter where I'm in the organization. If I say that if I'm the president, you the secretary, we both signed this form that says, hey, we're not going to fraternize with nobody in the company. We should both have the same punishment. Now, the thing of that is, again, if it's something forceful or anything like that, I think that would have it was stated from the beginning, it was consensual. It was consensual. So if it's consensual, what the hell are we doing? And now you sit down saying, okay, is this somebody, I've heard allegations that it was one of the owner's wives or team president wife or something like that. Man, it seems like it's something personal, and that's the thing. Well, to sit here and say, well, hey, I got a big problem with, shooting from the hip legislation or shooting from the hip punishment. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm wrong and this other person wrong, and you just trying to make adjustment for me or make me the whipping doll or the scapegoat, hell no, we don't need to do that. And I don't think that's fair for the parties involved and fair for the organization, because what happens is, when you don't be consistent with your punishments or your rulings and things like that, now everybody all over the place. Well, you didn't do this to him, you did this to her. Well, why can't I get off of it? And all this other kind of stuff happens. But at the end of the day, hell, he who holds the golden rule, he who holds the gold makes the rules. So it can be simply one of those situations. But I'm really still trying to figure out, again, if this man was in a consensual relationship and he was suspended. I'm not trying to get out why he was, because again, I'm 150% sure I was in the military, and we know a whole thing about fraternization and everything like that. We understand that. So if there was a part, and I would assume that's probably the issue. It's probably some issue in regards to fraternization. Should have been done or something like that. But if you say that, hey, listen, you guys are not supposed to be involved in any kind of fraternization in this organization, fine, I get it. But at the end of the day, who the hell was he fraternizing with? You can't fraternize by yourself, because they didn't say, he's fraternizing and also his right or left hand is too. They saying he's that wasn't suspended. He was suspended. So if we're going to have that kind of energy we're doing that, and we're going to be consistent with everything, I think all parties involved. And it can't be a simple situation where, well, we don't want to embarrass the female, embarrass the women involved, and women shouldn't be subjected. No, that's BS. That's BS. I'm all about being fair. And I'm all about being right. And this don't seem like it's right, because if you're saying consensual, and they're saying it's consensual, because again, if it was something that was illegal or something like that, I think law would have been got involved, right? It seems to me like it's more feelings involved, like somebody, again, This is just me. It may, we're talking about, girlfriend, wife, or somebody, and now people want to handle it a certain way. But it doesn't matter where you come up in an organization. Because it can be a high-ranking female in, in an executive position, and him. And even to see the owners, the vice president Brad Stevens came out and he was just like, "This is a shame to the women." I understand the whole part of different. They were putting pictures of different women in organizations, putting them up, assuming this is the alleged person, and these females that have anything to do with it. I get that part, but a lot of that's part of the organization letting the information come out. But still, it has been stated that there's a female staffer that he was involved with. Where the suspension at? Where the suspension? We have to be honest with ourselves, guys. When we're just moving forward, especially me being a business owner as well, I'm very, very particular about, the things I do, things I say, the way I move, even where the people that work with me or I deal with, the way they talk, move, and everything. You can't control how people think, right? But at the end of the day, you can legislate or have conversations about how people do certain things. And so when we start entering in those situations where, everybody got free conversation, free range to talk and stuff, we got to be mindful of that, especially from a standpoint, of legally, because if things aren't handled right, people can look at it, well, hey, we got jeopardy of lawsuits and things like that coming and stuff. I mean, hey, that's the kind of thing I'm sitting there looking at, like, hey, man, potentially if this is not going to happen, we don't want to get sued or something like this is why we're doing it. I get that part. And I'm still, I don't think it's kind of holding me a little confused is because he accepted his punishment and he said, hey, I'm fine with what's going on. Let's move forward and, apologize to my family and stuff. I don't know if that's, again, it's hard to read because, you're in a situation everybody's kind of like in reaction mode, right? So you don't know if that's, hey, man, listen, I got to get this stuff at home straightened out, before I get to dealing with y'all in this job, or, maybe a situation where, listen, we're going to say bygones be bygones. You're going to take this. We're going to sign some papers. Everybody's cool. I cut you a check, and we ain't going to say nothing else about it. Might be one of them situations. They happen all the time in those venues where people, things have been done that shouldn't have been done. And to keep people quiet and keep it moving, a lot of times, things are settled up. And, folks sign those, non-disclosures that they're not going to open their mouths and stuff like that, keep moving. But I'm not for sure. I think everybody's in a situation where they're assuming. And the thing about it, excuse me, when you're assuming, you be all over the place. So that's the thing. I don't want to be sitting here telling you, hey, this is what's going on, that's what's going on, because I don't. I know as much as the next person that's seen or heard any of this stuff that's been talked about. But I'm still going back to one thing. If this man is suspended for being in a consensual relationship, now again, if a company is saying that, you can't have fraternization and all that kind of stuff, I'm fine with that. And I'm hearing all these, different reporters. He deserves to be suspended. He deserves this. He deserves that. Shit, hey man, listen. Now listen. I can't recall in my life if I ever messed with a coworker or something like that, but I'd be damn, if I ain't never seen it before. And it just amazed me to see these many people that are adamant about somebody being suspended because they were messing with somebody they work with. I mean, consensually. I'm thrown off by that, especially the amount. I ain't trying to sound sexist, but I'm just being honest. Especially the amount of damn men that just act, hey, he deserves to be suspended. He deserves to be suspended. Shit, I mean, if you broke the rule, you just got to take your punishment. But no, because there are tons of people that meet and have become in relationships and got married with their significant other that they met at their damn job. He ain't the first, he ain't the last. I understand he got a girlfriend. We don't know how they kick it at their house. We don't know. And that's one thing people have to get out of there. So he had this person. You don't know if they close, not close, whatever. And me personally, I would assume his significant other had been known about this stuff. A lot of times we know in relationships, People can find out about something that the significant other has done, and people kind of work through it, especially if you ain't got to actually have a public forum knowing about what you're going through, what's going on in your house. And, that person go through hell at home for a little while and they keep it moving because it's not in the public eye. Now they got in the public eye. I wish them all the best and with it. Because I don't wish nobody, I've been down that road before, and I don't wish nobody have to go through any kind of headaches and heartaches at home. But again, he was in a relationship. He had a child with this young lady, but he wasn't married to her either, though. He wasn't married. It's not to justify anything, but it just seemed like he's getting an extra crucifixion because to me, he's a man. He's a man. Everyone, that's what I'm consistently hearing. He should have known better. He deserved this. He deserved that. What? When did we get into this? When did we just get so tender as a society, especially with men, that, hey, man, you should be beat up every dang time you make a decision that one group, and especially to me, it's like just with females or feminists, they're not really feeling that. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. That's not cool. And I was really listening to, the female analysts on, on ESPN, and I think there's some very brilliant young ladies. But again, I think they're bringing too much emotion to ESPN and a lot of these sports forums. I think a lot of them are very, very capable professionals, but when you start bringing in emotions, because men, especially black men, we go through a lot, and we have to sit here and we, commentate. And you see the guys talking. I'm saying we, like I'm a damn commentator, but trying to be objective and say certain things. But when you got this narrative, hey, women got to do this, women got to do that. I'm just being honest with you. I think a lot of that is taken away from the damn the sports show. I think there are times when a young lady can say her point is, hey, well, I don't think women should have to go through certain things, or like I said, to be fair and everything. But for the most part, and state the case, like, hey, this is what the women aren't getting, treated fairly with this, and that's fine. And we listen to it, great. Same thing as being as a black male, and we feel like, hey, these things have happened. We get our point, we say it, that's fine. But I think that we're detracting from the some of these sports things because, again, people can't talk. People can't say certain things. Now, the difference between, we're talking about from a female standpoint and a racial standpoint, because I know people may be wondering, what do you mean by that? From a racial standpoint, a lot of stuff is historical, and I'm not saying the female aspect isn't, but a lot of times men can't say what they want to say without hindering, because you don't have a problem. I don't think for the most part anybody has a problem with women commentators, but I do think some of that stuff gets lost when you're like, hey, man, you couldn't play football. You can't do these certain things. And because of that, they have that certain viewpoint on doing it. I do think, people don't say it, but I do think people feel some type of way you're saying certain things. Now, a female getting commentary on basketball and sports that they play, I think that's fine. But I don't necessarily know if that's, the same thing as, you giving commentary on, on certain things that you've never done. That doesn't mean, I know all sports analysts haven't played every sport, but when you bring an emotion side where, hell, they should say this, or they shouldn't do this, and they should make women feel this way, I don't think that should be included with it. I don't. If you do feel like somebody is wronging you, well, wrong is wrong, but you feeling a certain way. That's the thing about it. We can always argue, feelings and stuff. We can't argue facts. If somebody's actually oppressing a young lady, keeping them away from certain things, harassing them and stuff like that, that's a different dynamic. But you feeling a certain way, that's totally different. And so when we were in the situation with the Ime Udoka, I'm sitting there listening to some of the female commentators. Well, women shouldn't be shamed. Women shouldn't, they're being pressured at work, this, that, and that. This shit was consensual. That other stuff doesn't matter. If the female was pressured to do something to get a promotion, to keep her job, that's totally different. But we're talking about something consensual. So we don't all those other intangibles about what women have been had to deal with. That shit is irrelevant, and we have to get away from that. When we start talking about black athletes had to do this, couldn't get opportunities for that, they were kept away from that. That is facts. That is facts. We lose a lot of validity when we say, well, I don't think the guys want to let us, do this. I don't think they want us to, get these opportunities. But you have facts to state, these many athletes, the proportion of black athletes in regards to white athletes and the proportion of white coaches and the small number of black coaches. These are facts, right? But hey, I don't think women should get, be treated a certain way. This is a consensual damn relationship. And it has went barn burning, with just throwing his brother on the bus. And I do have a problem with a lot of men saying, hey, this guy here, when you ought to know better, you ought to know better. Man, come on, man. The man ain't damn married. He ain't married. You don't know what the hell they go through at home. You do not know what they go through at home. And I get it. It's the public and everybody got their opinion. Everybody's entitled to it, okay? And again, hey, I am Deonte Burden. This is Changing Lives. You can feel free to call in at 678-961-3176. Make sure you miss no calls. With anybody calling in. But again, we're discussing, should she be suspended too? And that's one of the things I just want to get everybody's input. I guess I'm coming too early in the day. I got to go to a doctor's appointment in a little while. I just want to have a quick live feed with you guys. But you make sure you feel free. If it runs across your mind later, guys, you catch this feed later, you feel free to leave your comments in regards to the discussion, because I think we're in some funny times where punishment is getting doled out one-sided, right? Where you see, me and this young lady, we're doing this because it was a bad situation. Only I get punished. We'll sweep the other stuff up on the road and we'll take care of that later. That's BS, guys. That's BS. That's BS. Again, I do not condone anybody being pressured, anyone being treated unfairly at their job. But if you're going to put the information, I had a press conference and suspend one person, again, we have to sit here and look at it like, hey, man, what fair is fair. Fair is fair. We can't avoid uncomfortable conversations because we're worried about, PR. If you can put that man in a situation where whatever he did. Now again, I'm still stuck on. I don't see the whole point of all this damn hoopla, right? If it's known again that fraternization is cause for termination or anything like that, shit, fire his ass. But the whole thing with hey, we're shaming women, we're doing all this other kind of stuff. I don't see all this. I don't see all this at all. And I think we really have to be very careful of the narrative that we're pushing, especially knowing that this is a brother, and I know how hard it is for brothers to get opportunities. And again, he does, and this full ownership. I ain't trying to get nothing off of him, but again, he's the only face of everything. He's the face of this whole thing. Either the face of him, or the face of his woman, or it's either. Let's see right here. Damn. Hold on. This is Change Lives, hosted by Deonte Burden.
What's going on, bro? It's AK.
Hey, hold on 1 second. Let me bring you in on the show. AK Shay, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? I checked online and see you doing your thing. So I said, let me call in and talk about this a little bit.
I appreciate you tuning in, man. How you like my live feed? How you like the call-in show now, brother?
Hey, man, I'm loving it, bro. And one day I'm gonna have to come in and sit in with you. Whenever I get that invite, I'm there.
Oh, you're always welcome. I'm doing this at the crib. I still got the show. We got a show this Thursday coming up, man. And I'm just give you a little teaser on the show this Thursday. We have Change Lives coming up. The show this Thursday is going to be about people that are in a relationship. We're asking the question: should you leave your home to your new spouse or your children? And it's a thing that I think a lot of times people get married. Hey, this is a question you to ask yourself. I ain't gonna ask you on the air, but it's something to think about when you get home on in your recliner. And a lot of people don't think about this kind of thing, but we're gonna have that discussion because a lot of people sit there and think, and we're gonna get back to the subject. But a lot of time people have get in relationships, they become newly married, and they have a significant other, and they have children, and that significant other, takes care of that house, right? Children grown, they're taking care of the house, maintaining it. And it could be a male or female. You pass along, who's supposed to get it? I've been taking, again, you bought this house before we were married, but I took care of the house for the past 20 years. Why are they getting it?
Right.
That's the question.
Right. That's a good discussion, man. And see, I love to talk about relationship stuff because a lot of my opinions be unpopular, but it be real and it be from the heart. So yeah, I may have to come mess with you.
And we this is gonna be at the studio, and Lab should have the call in ready then, man. And we're gonna work hard to have it, man. But definitely, if we don't have the call in ready, I want to you at least tune in on the boards and stuff, leave comments. I think it's gonna be a real good show, man. But what you want to talk about in regards to the Ime Udoka suspension? What are your feelings on it, brother?
My opinion is the fact that what somebody do in their own personal lives, whether it's public or whatnot, shouldn't be scrutinized. But I do feel that, most companies, Fortune 500 to mom and pop stores, don't allow fraternization within the company. And, sometimes, you can say, if it's in the policy, it's in the policy, but I think we're at a point in our society that's like the unwritten rule. Like there's no fraternization if it's not even in the policy, but everybody know when you at work, you're here to work, you're here to do a job, and there should be no fraternization go on. Do it go on? Of course it do. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel he need to be fired. I don't feel he need to be suspended the whole year. But there's something he could have been, suspended. I don't know, 25 games or fined, for going against company policy. You know what I'm saying? But the whole year, I don't think that's fair. I don't think that a lot of other head coaches would have got that. Sometimes they want to make an example of people that's the face of franchises. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. What him and Neil Long got going on, that's him. That's what the other young lady and her husband, they got to deal with all that. But suspension for the whole year, man, I don't think they're just trying to make an example, in my opinion, of him.
Well, see, the thing of it is that if I sign on and they say, listen, you can't fraternize, and they say possible reprimands for doing that, suspension for the year, termination. I signed the contract. I know that, right? So that's. Even if me and you feel that way, which I do feel is too much, but at the end of the day, if he signed on to something and that's the prescribed, discipline, that's that. My thing is, and this is where the base of this show. He didn't have a relationship by himself. Where the hell is she? Because they had no problem in saying he's suspended. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Where the hell is she at? Because I said they didn't say her name was left hand or right hand. They said it was a female.
Right.
So shit, I'm just trying to figure out why we doing this. Because that's the deal.
Now that's what I'm saying.
I'm listening to you.
No, I agree. I agree with you. No, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, but no, I agree with you. Like she should have whatever is his punishment. She should have the same punishment.
Yeah, but see that
you know what I mean. So again, both of them it's severe. His punishment is real severe on in my opinion. But she should carry the weight of the. Say it was consensual, so she should carry that same burden, the same weight of the burden. Pun intended about your last name, but she needs to carry that too, though. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just him. It's a two-way street. He messed up. She messed up, and both of them got to pay the price.
Well, okay, let me ask
but a year
question.
Too long.
I got so why do you think that they've never come out with her name?
come on, man. You know, it's again, and everything is my opinion. And it's I just never say it's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's no, it's a woman, and we're in the age of Me Too movement, and you know, like I'm gonna give you a perfect example. When Jada did her thing with Will, you know, she was all, you know, she's the boss, she's doing this, you go girl, you do all this and that. And now when the reverses happen with the Celtics coach and Neil, now it's like, oh, girl, Neil, we feel sorry for you. So it's like, I mean, what are y'all trying to say? You know what I'm saying? When a woman do it, then, you know, she's empowered. But if it happened against her, she falls back to the victim. So now, what's going on right now is the Celtic head coach is the guy. And now they try to make the woman feel that she's the victim. And, you know, that's why I feel that she's not even mentioned. And again, it's a two-way street. She did it consensually. She has a family at home. She got a husband and 2 kids, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know if they came out, if it's who the female is, and be honest with you, hell, if it's more than one female. But I will say, you know,
right.
we in a society, I'm with you, with a lot of spineless ass men, because I remember they had Dawn Staley interview, you know, she was the head coach at University of South Carolina. She was talking about her accolades as a female basketball coach, and, you know, the disparity in pay. And then you even hear with Brittany Griner, they were talking about if it was LeBron. And here's the deal. This is why I think people are really, you know, losing with it. At the end of the day, we can sit here and say what's fair and not fair. And I don't know if any of you guys have been to a WNBA game or anything like that. This shit is empty, right? It's empty. You might have some different markets and stuff. They are giving away tickets. They are giving away Atlanta Dream tickets, because at the end of the day, this not knocking nobody. Love everybody. But it's a hard sell to see females grabbing their crotches and spitting. It's, you know, and so we can sit here and say, well, this not, you know, with that. And again, when you do that, you put it out there, because that's the same thought process.
Right.
Well, because it's the same thing. Think about it, Shay, is that when you have when they went through the whole thing with the dress codes for the NBA players, if they feel like it's not one of them things that's going to be fan friendly, that's what it is. And so we started looking at, hey, if the University of South Carolina can even be a dominant program, if they're generating the revenues that can justify that, they can, you can be paid, because they, you know, she can go somewhere else and do it. Same thing with the WNBA. Right. You know, the NBA carries the WNBA. It carries that. Right. It's carrying that cost. If you actually, it's some women CEOs out there now. Again, is there a disparity in pay and treatment with women and men? Absolutely. You gotta be a damn fool to disagree with that. But at the end of the day, if you that boss woman and you command a certain money, you're gonna get your money. You're gonna get your money. Real stuff. Now, is it fair? Do they have to go through all kind of stuff like that? Absolutely. But yeah, brothers do too. And I'm not trying to make excuses for that, but we gotta start, you know, as men, stop being so damn weak. We're strong enough to say, listen, y'all wrong for treating them that way, but also strong enough to be like, look, man, shit. Look, I ain't gonna follow my sword all the way on some stuff I didn't do to make you more comfortable. Right. That's the problem. Right. That's the problem, because you got too many men that they can't just say, look, well, where's she at? And as soon as that came on, when they had Malika Andrews with when they had Kendra Perkins getting interviewed, and she was just like, hey, man, you know, he was bringing up hey, I know who this woman is and where is she at. She cut the man off. No, that ain't how stuff goes. Look. At the end of the day, if the brother did wrong, and that's what I'm saying, I understand that, bro. You know, I was in corporate America. If you did wrong, and that's the punishment for doing it, be a man, eat it. The man said, I was wrong, I take it, right? But he went wrong by himself. And that's the problem. No, exactly. That's the problem too often, man, especially us as black men, we get subjected to punishments that are just for us, not for everybody. Yep. You know? Yep. You know, somebody, white guy get treatment for having crack. We get 10 years in prison. Yep. All kind of BS. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing. You suspend me for a whole year. Where's this female staff at? Where the hell her suspension at? right?
Right. That's exactly.
And we got to get out of there. And there is not enough. There's more conversations about he should have had it. Why he do that to Nia Long? Man, you know what? I'm a Nia Long fan. Nia Long very sexy. But that ain't boys in the hood Nia Long now. Come on now. She ain't. And,
No, it's not.
And I ain't gonna knock her. Hey, that's a handsome, successful brother. He can get a lot of, and so we got to get out of that. Now I don't want to get into their business or anything like that, but we got to stop this whole beating up. He shouldn't do this. Men shouldn't be saying what another. When you mess up in life, that's you, me, anybody. We know we messed up. No man want to hurt their woman. No man want to hurt their family. And you do not want to be sitting there hearing about, hey man, he should have. He know he messed up. He know he done did that. And the last thing, if anything, hey, throw the man a bone. Hey, brother, keep your head up. Wish you the best, you and your family. And again, let me catch myself. I ain't mean to be throwing that all about his woman and all that. But at the end of the day, I do think we got to get out of so much of why he do this. Y'all gonna learn.
But again, if you brought up equality, and equality goes 360 degrees. If you want, equal this, then you should also be able to warm it up and say, okay, she get equal to blame and she get equal to punishment. So I'm with you.
That shit sounds too right.
Don't it?
It sounds too right.
It sounds too right. It does. It does. But like you said, like we as black men get treated different. Our punishment are different from a white man, a white woman, and even a black woman to this point now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, why do we have to have that brunt of more severe punishment when it should be all the way around? Which we know that's society. Society ain't like that. It sounds too much like right.
Yeah.
But again, that's what we have to fight with every day.
Yeah. But now we'll say this, because I don't want to get away from, I'm a big proponent of accountability. Because God knows I done messed up in my life and sit here and I had to own it and eat it. So look, hey, you mess up, own it and eat it. And he did that.
Yep.
That brother came out and said, hey man, I'm sorry what I did. I'm taking my punishment on the chin. I'm keeping it moving.
Yep.
He didn't sit here and say the white man society. He ain't say nothing of that. He did it and moved forward. But you still see everybody pulling out Vaseline and pulling the pants down. Just want to just take it. No. He did it. Now, where the other side of it is? Because now
he shouldn't be the only one eating it,
bro. And everybody just throwing hot coals on him since that particular time. And again, I don't want anybody to get in trouble because the conversation isn't about hey punishing her or punch him. It's about hey, listen, where the hell is she at? Is she gonna get suspended? Why every time?
It's about accountability.
Man, come on now. It's that
it's about accountability,
bro. Our mistakes are always looked at felonies, and their mistakes are always going to be misdemeanors or just warnings. And that's just really how it is. The same thing. It's just that it's the perception is just so much more volatile. The big black man that did this, and he should know this. And come on now, I'm seeing so many guys with so much passion on these sports channels. Like he should be suspended. He should know. Man, they just had sex. They just had sex.
Right.
Consensual sex.
Right. He ain't breaking no. Man, look, he didn't steal money to give money to a university. Mm-mm. He ain't do none of that. No. But that's a different story that we ain't even hearing on Sports Center.
And I'm gonna tell you something too. I know they got Jason Tatum. I know they got Jaylen Brown. I think they're gonna have a hard time getting back to where without that brother, because that brother's sharp. Oh
yeah, he is sharp.
Because at the end of the day, they didn't do that without him, and so and that's the thing about it. So I just want to have that quick discussion, man. I got to get ready to slide out the lab for a little bit, man. But I appreciate you coming in, and I'm gonna have some more live feeds, brother. So I want you to make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, and probably have another live feed tonight with Mr. Short Dollar. I'm not for sure. But we're gonna do a whole lot more now because I got the whole setup here at the crib and everything, man. But
okay, well, I'm tuning in. I got you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But give you a big West Side shout out and everything, man. But I really appreciate you, man. I appreciate the support too, brother. But what about say, man, I need you to really make sure you tune into the show Thursday, man. It's gonna be a real live discussion. With what we're talking about
I got you, bro.
All right, Shay, man, you take it easy.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, I'll talk to you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Thanks, man. My boy AK Shay, appreciate you tuning in, man. Listen, guys, listen, I'm finna get ready to wrap everything up. I gotta be somewhere. I just lost track of time and everything. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the discussion. But again, if you didn't get a chance to call in or you have a comment in regards to what we're talking about later on, feel free to leave your comments. Again, make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. If you go to just say on YouTube, the search, put in Deonte Burden, bam, it'll pop up. You see the blue man, subscribe to the channel. Over 400 videos on the YouTube channel. You also can check out my other YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, which is a financial entrepreneur channel. We got over 400 videos on that YouTube channel as well. We have a lot of great discussions as well. Again, if you have anything to add to this conversation later on, feel free to do that. But again, I really appreciate you guys. And again, I didn't want to have this conversation be any female bashing or anything like that. I just really want to just bring light to, what's fair and not fair. If you're going to do it for one, do it for both. Okay. That's why. And I really want to stay in that realm of doing that. But listen, love you guys. Appreciate the support. Be safe out there. And I'll talk with you soon. Okay.